Hey guys, welcome back to Falling For You. Today we're going to be doing a Fall Guys video, a little different than normal, but every year usually Epic gives us a free costume on Fall Guys for whatever reason. Not every year since they purchased it, but it's been around for a couple years. So I'm going to show you how to get it. First off, you load up your Epic Game Launcher. Let's see if it's in here. Yep. You click that little button. You click the Epic Extras, Free Packs, Trials, and More. I think previously it was somewhere else, but it's here. As you can see, we have our Fashionably Frosty thing along with other things that we can claim. But we're here for the Fall Guys thing. So let's click on claim. As you can see, it's completely free. So we're going to push get and then add it to our cart. And then it should be on the game once you load it up through the Epic Game Launcher. Processing. And there you go. It's in your library. I believe you have to launch it at least once in the Epic Game Store. I'll test real quick if it is on my PlayStation already, or if you have to load it. So, be right back. So I loaded up my PlayStation 5 and it was thrown into my costume. So all you have to do is purchase it, quotation marks, purchase it, add it to your Epic library, and there you go. It's on your account, wherever you choose to play Fall Guys. So there I am using it along with an emote. We're going to hop into some knockout. I'll show one knockout all the way through, and then I'll show two finals in which I won afterwards. I actually won 3 straight with this costume, but didn't feel like playing it. Now some of my friends like playing as long as they don't lose, but yeah, just for the sake of the video, played 3. So if this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and of course let me know your opinion in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay, and of course go out there and get your free costume. Have fun on Fall Guys, and have a wonderful December. Alright, for everyone who stayed, I'm jumping right into Knockout. Like I mentioned, my first playthrough of it with this costume. We're jumping into Wall Guys of all levels, so that's pretty cool. Really small lobby, only about like 6 people here, thereabouts. And this shepherd actually was giving me a run for my money. Like we were just jumping together, and everyone else is pretty much behind us. Pretty straightforward level, of course. Even though it's been unvolted, it's still the same, roughly. I like the variants they're showing up, at least when I have been playing it lately. Like we have these swinging lollipop thingies, so they added a little bit of difficulty. However, now we're jumping into Penguin Pool Party, and of course this level is always a bunch of chaos, especially a small group amount of people. However, I was able to get one and find my way to the finish line while counting all the way to 25. Nobody grabbed me. It was pretty nice. I wish it was always like this, but yep, grabbed it, ran away from the husky. Not the husky, the shepherd. My apologies. And then we just waited for it to count to 25, and we made it. As you can see, no one in my vicinity. We come up here though, and the shepherd ended up having it. He decided to go down this slide, probably either for fun or to avoid people. And you see the 2 people down there fighting for it, or 3 people I suppose. However, we moved on. On to the next level, Sort It Out. You wouldn't believe how many people struggle this. I've seen so many 80s even when it came out, and since then struggle to figure out how to sort 3 objects. Obviously there isn't a sign with giant letters, but there are objects that kind of point what you should do. And if you play this a couple times, you should figure it out. I usually opt to go for the basketballs if they're available. I saw all these basketballs over here. Shame that so many went to waste, but I grabbed a couple. I basically grabbed it from everywhere. 2 sections, and then went back over. And ended up making it. It was actually funny that the shepherd beat me on this one because, as you'll see later on in the clip, I probably should have went a little quicker, even though the guy in the black, I guess, was a little behind on what to do. But you can see that it goes to 1 out of 2 qualified right there, which means I need to get on my high horse, and I dropped it in. Sorry, buddy. We're moving on to the finals. So here I am against the German Shepherd. And he seemed to have some confidence because he kept looking at me like, all right, bro, I'll jump first, see if you can make it. And it's like, well, bro, I'm an 80 in crown rank. Hopefully I can jump over this. I mean, sometimes it is a little funky with how the jumps work on these. Sometimes, like, I'll just jump right into it for whatever reason, which doesn't make any sense. He was thinking about grabbing me, but I thought he'd last a little longer than he did. As you can see, when it goes to these 3 sections, he dove over and wasn't paying attention to the one behind him. So there's our first victory. Woohoo, got it in the costume. Woohoo, great video. Additionally, I'll show after this 2 more finals that I ended up having in Knockout, as I mentioned in the introduction. So here we are going up 1 crown, ended up doing 2 dailies almost because of it. I haven't even paid attention to what my dailies are, so I'll have to hop back on and do those. Of course, at a later time today. But there's my crown and 1 shard. Woo-hoo. Making our way towards 9,000. Well, my next final ended up being Goop Rope Rodeo. Yeehaw. Well, here we are. I think with 2 people, yeah, it was a pretty small final. And a little boring. I mean, 2 of us just kept running around in a circle. The guy that kept saying hello was an 82, I believe, on mobile phone. There's a lot of sweats that will play on their phones because they like that it's harder, I suppose, on your phone. Some people just prefer playing on their phone, I suppose, everything. Not much of a mobile gamer. I play a couple things on my phone here and there, but very rarely, seldomly do I play things on my phone, so... I haven't heard good things about Fall Guys on mobile anyways, not that I'm allowed to play it, because apparently they only let people in Europe play it with an iPhone, so whatever. Good job Epic about caring about this game, but that's a subject for another day. And of course social media will tell you enough about how Epic doesn't care about this game. However, here I am going through here, just minding my own business. However, hopefully your guys' week is going well. It's Friday, yay! That means we have a weekend coming up. Lots of people look forward to Friday because it's the end of the standard work week. Of course, only a few more days till a lot of people ended up getting the winter holiday off. And of course, props to all the people out there that only get Christmas off because they work the rest of the time. Those are the true warriors. Props to you guys. I myself don't celebrate Christmas, so it's not the biggest deal to me. However, I know it's a seldom time of the year for a lot of people to actually spend time with their family and loved ones. So I hopefully hope that you guys get that time with such loved ones and you have enjoyable times. Of course, hopefully you get things you want too, since that's a big part of Christmas apparently is, you know, getting things you want. However, aside that, hopefully Fall Guys ends up getting some love heading into the new year. It'd be really nice, but we don't expect too much. Supposedly it's all automated till the end of the year, next year almost, so we'll see how that pans out. We know everything we're getting, so there's not really be too many surprises. I just saw recently what we're gonna get for PlayStation Plus bonuses, and since I'm quitting PlayStation Plus in February when it runs out, it's not really anything on Fall Guys to motivate me to keep it going for that reason. But there we are with our second win. Who knows what happened to that guy? We're going to head into our third final where that guy showed up once again. And he really wanted to beat me, so... Fortunately, it didn't go his way here. There was another guy trying to grab me. It's that little orange dude right there. He didn't grab me until the end, but his attempt didn't work. Around where the spinners were, so you know, good try, bro. Surprisingly, he was a level 52, so I guess he's a future 80 sweat on this game. As I mentioned, I did get off after this game, so perhaps that 80 and that 50 ended up getting some wins. They probably got some wins before I entered these lobbies, so hopefully they had a lot of fun. But here I am where he grabbed me right there, and I was like, oh, he thought he was gonna kill me. Seems like something Sam would have done to me. Not gonna lie. If you're not aware, my friend Sam is pretty sweaty at this game. In the course of a year, he's basically passed me in crowns. He's just been going to town. And the ghost shards, of course, have helped him quite a bit, but he also plays this quite a bit when he actually feels like playing it. I mean, it's the main game he plays besides GeoGuessr and a few other things. Not too many things. However, one should always keep playing Fall Guys, I think, if it's a game you love. I mean, we all have games we play every day that we love, and I've been playing Fall Guys basically every day since it came out. More so since they added dailies a few years ago, but at least to complete the fame passes, which I've already completed. But here I am, almost at the end with these two people. And apparently this guy dies right here. So it leaves me in the 80. Which the guy wasn't paying attention to that swing, whatever you call it. Lollipop, I keep calling those things. But here we are. He says, great job. I think he was really confused about what we do here because I never grabbed him and he never grabbed me. So I'm not sure he's even made it this far before, because when we got to the seagulls, he was just staying back. And then I grabbed the chicken and he didn't even grab the chicken. So it was like he just accepted his fate. So it was pretty weird, but I thought, all right, I'm not going to test my luck at how many I can pop off against this guy, because I don't want him to win one accidentally just because of the final. I mean, shoot, he'd probably get a blast ball and beat me somehow. Could have killed him here just by pushing him probably, but I wanted to see what he'd do. So I let us go all the way to seagulls. And as you can see, he has an interesting strategy. He sits all the way in the back, which I personally would not stand all the way in the back. Like, look where he is right there. Oh, now that's some latency. I was gonna say in real time I thought I saw him fall off, but I guess he's standing in the back. That's weird that it would portray him basically floating in the air like that. But anyway, we got a couple more seagulls to make it through. I grabbed the chicken, turn around and whack him, and he just had like a look on his face like, well, it's over. Is what it is. Hopefully this was entertaining to you, and like I mentioned, hopefully you enjoy your costume. It's not my favorite costume in the world, but I appreciate the free one, even if I have hundreds and it'll probably get lost in the shuffle. However, see you guys in game if I do, and of course, have a wonderful day and amazing weekend. Catch you guys in the next one, and stay tuned for more Fall Guys videos.